Hey friends, it's Kip Icon. Welcome to Kip Picks. Kip Picks is a series for the channel where I showcase some games that have had, pretty profound emotional resonance with me. Usually indie titles that I feel deserve a wider audience, and I want to bring these amazing gems to you. And, who knows, maybe it might be the tipping point for you to get the game for yourself. I know that Anodyne is available on Steam. That's the platform I'm playing it on right now. Let's begin, shall we? Hello? Young? Hey! Oh, you can hear me? Good. Now listen. You're about to wake up. You'll use the arrow keys to move around. And here we are. This is the world of Anodyne, and here's our character, Young. I always kind of thought that he looked a little bit like a scientist or something, with Albert Einstein hair and these big goggles, but apparently he's wearing a hoodie, and maybe he's just, a young adult. I also really love the floating Tetris pieces in the background. Tetronymos? Am I making up Tetronymos, or is that the actual term? You'll press the C key to interact with objects and people around you. This game is heavily influenced by the Game Boy Zelda games, so Link's Awakening is a big influence. It's also really influenced by games like Yume Nikki. And you will press the Enter key to access the menu, which will provide you with information about yourself and your surroundings. So in the menu you can take a look at the map, which there's no map for this area. You can take a look at your items, which we have none of. We have no cards. We can go ahead and sauve. That's, never sauve enough is my, that's my deal. Alright, so everything looks good. Alright. So this is the Nexus, and the Nexus is a connecting plane where all of the different areas of Anodyne are accessed from. There's writing scrawled on this rock. Sometimes if you talk to people multiple times, they have new things to say. But not rocks. Rocks don't do that. I love that little... That's a great way to let players know that you gotta talk to characters more than once to get the whole story. Well, it's about time. Greetings, Young. I am Sage, the village elder. You've been summoned here because the darkness has spread across the land. The darkness seeks the legendary Briar to use the Briar's power for evil. You must reach it first. You must protect the Briar. I will be the first to let you know that the plot in this game is not the important thing. That's not why I think this game is so incredible. While standing on a checkpoint, press C to save your progress and set it as your respawn point if you die. The village elder in name only, for he is neither. That's of course a reference to Link's Awakening. Enter the active portal on your left to begin your quest. We're gonna do critical path stuff since I won't be playing this whole game. I'm just gonna give a little bit of an impression of what this game is like. The music in this game is really, really evocative, I think. An engraving on the broom handle reads, press C to sweep. And just like that, there we go. We now have our weapon. And it is not a sword. It's not an axe or a gun or, any of the weapons that we've grown accustomed to expect in Vidge games. No. It's a broom. And I don't even really think it's a special broom. I think it's just a regular old broom. Actually, I think it might have... No, there's no flavor text for the broom. Alright, just a broom. Boy, I tell you what, I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately, and I miss keys and locks. I never thought I would say that about a Zelda game, but Which isn't to say I don't love Breath of the Wild. I mean, heck, I can hardly turn it off to even play this. Uh, uh, I need an adult. Oh, um, what? Where'd the music go? Well, and just like that, that event happens once and one time only and is never explained. This game does everything it can to try to decontextualize itself so that it's definitely, it's one thing to say that a game is open to interpretation. This game kind of actively defies you in trying to interpret it. Heads up! Sorry about that. I was going way too fast. Oh, I've never seen you before. Are you a fellow traveler? Huh? You want to protect the Briar from the evil darkness? Well, I have no clue what you're talking about, but sounds cool, I guess. I've just been out and about, peddling my wares. What? No, I'm not a salesman. Wares is the name of my bicycle. Well, maybe we'll run into each other again sometime. I'll let you know if I hear anything about that Briar. And just like that, our new friend is gone. Now, that song that just played is called Friend, I believe, on the Anodyne soundtrack. It's one of my favorite video game songs of all time, and it's not necessarily the gate stairs petrified. It won't open until it senses 4 cards. So there you go. There's the conceit of exploring the map. Is you'll find these gates that require a certain amount of cards, and as you see, we have no cards yet. But anyway, that song is just so. I feel like it has a real tenderness to it. Has a real tenderness. It's definitely not revolutionary in its composition, but certainly the instrumentation and the structure of the notes and everything is really it's really tender, but it's also slightly off-putting. I'll bet you're reading a rock because you don't have any friends. Come on now, Rock. Why you gotta make me feel bad on my first episode of Kit Picks? And who doesn't love annoying bats? Oh, nobody likes annoying bats? Oh, got it. Ooh, we got our first card. I don't mind being watched by the trees. Alright, well, I can think of maybe 2 or 3 things that are more Twin Peaks than that. and only 2 or 3 things. Have you friends been watching Twin Peaks: The Return? I've seen the entire thing at this point, and I absolutely I love Twin Peaks: The Return. Yes, I even love that episode, the episode that you're thinking of right now. You're like, surely Kip didn't like that. Oh yes. Oh yes, Kip liked that. Oh look. Soon your skills will be put to the test, young. In order to make it through this temple alive, you will need both strength and intellect. And I assume that by this point you have found a weapon? What? Yes, of course, a broom, just as was foretold in the legend. Grumble, grumble of all the incompetent. Hey! What are you still standing here for? Let's see what this incredibly hysterical statue has to say. I've seen a broom in a legend. It was on the map of a janitor closet. Hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Oh, this is a transfer point. So now we have a transfer point to come back to the Nexus anytime we want to. And this is the first dungeon of the game. I don't know if this place has a name, but the main conceit of this dungeon is there are these eyeballs that are shooting things, and the projectiles can be blocked by dust that you pick up with your broom, and, you know, the dungeons definitely ramp up in difficulty. The combat is pretty hard, but I gotta say the hardest part of Anodyne is the platforming. At a certain point, you're gonna get the ability to jump, and boy howdy if you are not going to experience some of the most difficult platforming ever. You know, the first time I played this on my phone. That was very tough. Alright. Peripheral vision is the hive of demons. I mean, what are we supposed to get from that? Peripheral vision is the hive of demons? Does that mean that I should be looking in the peripheral, like the screens to the right and left of this screen for what exactly? I don't know. I certainly would like to hear what you guys think about peripheral vision being the hive of demons. This is as good a time as any, I believe, to let you know that there is... So once you defeat the game the first time, you gain access to an ability that changes how the game is played. It's not too much of a spoiler at this point to let you know, because I think it's even talked about on the Steam page. But the second time that you play through the game, you actually are able to swap tiles with your broom. Oh gosh, don't die. There we go. I'm sure I could have finessed that better. Gosh, when do I get health ups? I can't remember. Anyway, after you defeat the game, you get the ability to switch tiles with your broom. That means if you're in this room and you want to get into the black area that's beyond the walls of the dungeon, and there are certain things that you can only reach by doing things like this, then you'll actually switch this tile with this tile, and you'll actually be able to, and then you'd have to switch it one more time, and you'd be able to walk in the blackness. It really opens the game up and is one of the most clever ways I've seen a game open itself up for a replay or a second playthrough. I know that really wasn't the best explanation of what that mechanic is like. I wish I could show it off, but like I said, I'm not going to be playing this whole game in this episode of Kit Picks. I also don't have my old save file, otherwise I would show you what that looks like, but suffice it to say, it truly is one of the most innovative things I've seen a video game, indie or otherwise, do, period. That may sound like hyperbole, but, you know, let's be honest, and this isn't me bragging, I won the spelling bee in 4th grade by spelling the word hyperbole, and I've lived there ever since. Oh, I do have a key. Nice. Alright, so Don't Die Kip, I think is... Oh no, I should have grabbed some dust. Well, here we go. Oh. Oh! Oh! Gosh, diggity dang it. How much progress did I lose? I still have one key. Alright, I'll meet you guys where we left off. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, I don't think I lost very much progress, actually. Let's go ahead and stop that shenaniganry. No more shenanigans! And I love that I call them credit cards, these little health ups. Since they don't use hearts, to me they kind of look like little credit cards. Ooh, we got a card for the enemy, one of the first enemies we were introduced to in this dungeon. Let's take a look, shall we? Are you an Ukchat? My mom always warned me about the dangerous Ukchat. That's not really a reference I get, unless it's a reference to the hook shot, and then those creatures, I guess, are a little bit reminiscent of the Octoroks from the early Legend of Zelda games. I don't know. This once again, this game does everything that it can to, you know, it's convoluted and purposefully so. Maybe convoluted is the wrong word. How about deliberately esoteric? Yeah, it's deliberately esoteric. For the first dungeon, it's, you know, it's pretty easy. I say as I've already died once, but it's straightforward. I don't think that there's really too many off the beaten path kind of things happening. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually developing a video... Oh, gosh, diggity dang it. I'm developing a video game right now called Green's Dream, and it's a game for PC and Mac, and it is kind of inspired by The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and the classic Zelda games, and games like this where, you know, if you take a look at the map, all of the screens are individual rooms, and even in the overworld, and how those screens connect to each other and interact with one another, it's always been really interesting to me. I love that. I love the way that games like that play, so I'm really thrilled whenever an indie dev can make a game like this where there's such an emphasis on interconnectivity. Jello there, young. So good to flannelly meet you. Why don't you set for a minute? I was just putting on some tea. Well, as I frequently say, not all my jokes can be winners. Luckily, that one wasn't mine, so I'm gonna cut that little gel some slack. And by coming around from the other way to kill the little punmeister, we're able to kill all the enemies in the room and go straight for the boss. Now, what you are about to witness is me not using any strategy to fight the boss. Oh, isn't it cute? Precious little Young playing the hero. But I have witnessed every step you've taken in the land. Let me tell you, Young, not everyone here is as honest as me. Be careful who you trust. This is called spamming your attack. I don't know if you guys know about that or not. It's a pro tip. This is also how I... this is also how I kill Lionels in Breath of the Wild. I will be with you, Young, whenever you are alone. And remember my advice on your little adventure. So, you know, you see... Oh, nice, we get another credit card. You see how this is essentially just a really dark, indie, contemporary Legend of Zelda. I guess that's a really, you know... What a way to describe a great game that doesn't really give it any credit, I suppose. I take it back. I take it back! At this point, you are still weak. If you hope to protect the Briar from the darkness, you must face your fears. The cards you will find in this chest, and others like it, are symbols of your growth, so acquiring them is absolutely vital to your quest. That key will also play an important role in your quest. You must seek out other keys as well. Select the map on the menu screen to teleport back to the temple's entrance and continue your heroic quest. Acquiring cards is vital to your quest. Acquiring cards is also vital for other quests, such as earning credit or purchasing alcoholic beverages. Once again, that statue is just, you know, hilarious. I will be with you, Young, whenever you are alone. So once again, like, What does this person represent? I don't mind being watched by the trees. It looks to me like an indigenous person, wrapped in a blanket, kind of being contemplative. So what? And then we have this. I will be with you, young, whenever you are alone. I'm not sure that this is just some random boss, because it seems like this boss knows who we are, which makes me question, one theory is that this all takes place in a dream. It makes me wonder who that person is to Young, or what that entity represents to Young. And, of course, bringing up dreams, as I am wont to do, as I talk about loving Twin Peaks, and my game Green's Dream is based on my green, on my dream diary. So, um, Young is a philosopher that talks a lot about dreams, and our character's name is Young, spelled differently, so it's, I don't know, there are just lots of things to think about. The statue does not look like it will be moving anytime soon. Well, then I guess we have to open another gate. Continue on, Young. That key you have found, there may be others like it. Seek them out. And seek them out we will. So, we're gonna go back to the temple. What I would like to do is I would like to show you guys a little more of the world of Anodyne. Because, oh, there's that character that was in our card from earlier. Once a man came and installed a mirror in our bathroom. I was afraid that there was a hidden camera inside of it. I scoured every inch of the wooden frame, spraying Murphy's oil soap into the cracks, thinking I might short-circuit the wires. Of course, I never found anything. Well, that certainly sounds like meth, kids. By the way, I'm not necessarily one of those YouTubers that's all about, being some sort of... I don't want to have a PSA attached to my persona, let's just say. But I will say, don't do meth. It's, saying that meth is just not good, right, is an understatement. We have 4 cards now, so we can go that way, but actually what I want to do is I want to see what this key has unlocked for us. I mean, really, the atmosphere and the music and the visuals, it's all so moody and evocative, and you really can lose yourself in this game. I love this area. The words on the sign are faded. And once you get the ability, after you beat the game, to switch tiles, you can move these rocks and you can explore more of the area. That's, once again, that's one of my favorite things about games that are individual screen size maps. Let's see, what kind of oh, obviously, duh, I know what voice to give this cat. Oh, you're Young, the chosen one. Oh my gosh, what an honor. My name is Meow Xiao Tuan Air, chosen one in training. Could I follow you around for a bit to watch a chosen one in action? Maybe the worst Meowth impersonation ever, and I'm okay saying that because it's me. What's that cool stone thing, Young? Does it make you go back in time? Nope, it will take us, well, we already know what it does. I think if we do it, though, we'll lose this little cat buddy. What are you supposed to be? Oh, I think it's supposed to be a goldfish. What are you doing here, punk? Get lost. I caught it fair and square. Wah! Is that another cat? Wah! Peace out, Cub Scout. Young opens and takes the box. Something is inside it. Another cat. Oh, hey, Meow. I'm so glad you're safe. Thanks for the hand, Young. To be honest, I kinda like sitting in boxes. Yeah, because you're a cat. We get it. Icky said I shouldn't go where it's unsafe. I'll see you later, Young. Meowth, that's right. So this area is really cool. We'll go ahead and spawn... and as you can see, we open the Nexus up as we open gates up. Which, once again, feels so good. Unlocking a map and going to new areas... it's one of my favorite things. But you know me, I'm all about exploration. West Beach, East Forest, Southeast Rainy Area, North Temple Grounds, Northwest Chasm. Well, look, it's our friend! Remember me? I forgot to introduce myself last time. I only introduced my bicycle wares. My name is Mitra. Nice to meet ya, Mitra. So, how have you been, young? What? How did I know your name? You think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on the back of your hoodie. Oh. So it is a hoodie. We're not as scientific as I once thought. Oh, this is pretty wonderful. Finty. Welcome, welcome, my friend Young. The name's Prasandoff. Finty Prasandoff. Get it? Get it? Take a look around at my shop and see if anything catches your eye. How about this gun? Ah, you have a fine eye. You need a better weapon, don't you? Blow your enemies to pieces for only $4.99.99. That money sack will allow you to accumulate money that you find in the land. It's yours for a mere $869.99. But if I don't have a... Logic. Oh, here's a specialty item indeed. Clip-in bike shoes so you can be speedy and stylish. On sale now for just $299.99. Ah, a box! Thank you so much, now I can carry all my inventory home at night and back in the morning. As a token of my gratitude, take these stylish biking shoes. So now we actually have the biking shoes. A pair of shoes for biking. But I don't know how to activate those. Maybe they're not activatable? I honestly can't remember. It's been a very long time since I played this game. So, in case you couldn't tell, there is no money system in the game. You'll never be able to afford these things. Wait, what is this? Tired of shoving dust around with your piddling little broom? Eradicate harmful dust particles with this state-of-the-art vacuum cleaner. Just $749.99 or 4 easy monthly payments of only $199.99. That can't possibly add up to one... Ay. Maths. Wow, are those the biking shoes from Finty's shop? You're giving them to me? Oh, that's sweet. Thanks, Young. I really appreciate it. Here, try out my old shoes in return. I think you'll find them really useful. There's an engraving on the shoes that says press X to jump. I've never understood that, though, because there's no X anywhere on the shoes. I see what you did there. Yes, and now we can jump. Now we're going to be inundated with horrifying jumping puzzles and platforming. So there's another gate that can be opened with a key. Let's just take a quick look at a couple more of the areas that you can explore in Anodyne. Like a beach that looks very similar to the last area that we were in. And as you can imagine, there's lots of places to explore with the ability to switch tiles at the end of the game. Wait, first, I think there's like... I think there's like some sort of lobster on the beach down here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. He or she, you don't gotta assume. I think I have to go around to get them. Anyway, that exists, and it's super radical. What I want to show you before we end this episode of Kit Picks is my favorite area in the game. Wait, what? I'm trying to talk to this fisherman, but... Oh no! What have we done? There's only one thing to do, jump in after him, and oh god! Where are we? Yeah, question mark is right. The words on the sign are faded. What in the world is that thing? This thing is one of my favorite characters in Anodyne. It's not an enemy and it's not an NPC. Well, I guess it is an NPC, but it just doesn't talk to you. and it doesn't damage you, and there's nothing that you can do with it. There's nothing that any items can do with it. Even whenever you get the switching ability, there's nothing you can do with it. It's just there. It just is, you know, populating this area, which I like to call the flesh zone. Everything is like super red and fleshy and sticky and wet, and they have those like big Martian things roaming around. And that thing, which looks like a horrifying human head or something, is the entrance to the next dungeon. This dungeon is really cool because it's in multiple parts, but to give you a little taste of this dungeon, everything is flesh colored. You're like wading through pools of blood, and then the message that greets you here says, "We are born into the decay of our mother's body." Okay, so really, really cool dungeon. Looks like we're actually out of time for this episode of Kit Picks, but I'm super, super stoked that you guys got a chance to see this game. I really think it is absolutely excellent, and for me, it has a lot of really emotionally resonant parts. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching Kit Picks. I am super excited and happy to be back on YouTube. It's been almost exactly a year now that I've been away, and I'm so happy that all of the support for my game has been continued while I've been absent. I'm back. I am more me than I have ever been in my entire life, which is a good thing for me and for you guys, I should think. So anyway, thank you for watching Kit Picks Anodyne. I have been and I will continue to be Kip Icon as long as you guys continue to what? Follow your drams. Bye!